Meantime, Alphabet reporting quarterly sales that beat Wall Street estimates, buoyed by heavy digital advertising spend over the holiday shopping quarter, shares jumping in extended trading. We're joined now by Dan Newman, principal analyst at Futurum Research. Dan, I was on the phone with Alphabet CFO Ruth Porat when the news about Jeff Bezos stepping down broke. So we were all sort of digesting that as we were talking. We talked first about ad growth and whether or not she sees it keeping up post-pandemic. And she said, we feel good about ad strength and the pickup in activity. We feel good about the acceleration of the digital transformation, and many activities that you see moving online will continue to be quite durable, she said, whether that's content, e-commerce, retail. What's your headline takeaway on these results?
Yeah, the results were outstanding with, I think, over half the earnings for the year coming in this most recent quarter. But as I said to you off the air, the cloud was the story of this quarter. My phone was ringing off the hook. People looking for comments about what's going on with the cloud business and the plan to break those numbers out. And we saw its growth coming in at 46% for this quarter, a big growth, over $13 billion for the year. So that was probably the biggest headline for me. I had a good feeling that what Ruth said was going to come true, that the lull in the advertising business was coming back as we're starting to see mobility pick up. We're starting to see more normal behavior, despite the fact that the pandemic is still looming. But I think everyone's eyes were really on this cloud breakout to say, how close is Google really in terms of Azure and AWS? And now we know. It's, not even close to the 12 billion, but it is really vying for that third position alongside the likes of Oracle and IBM.
Absolutely. As you point out, cloud revenue up 47%. And, the big question is, when are they going to start focusing on profitability in the cloud versus growth? And I got the sense from her, it's really still all about growth. She said, an important element of our operating laws is that we've been building out our organization ahead of revenue, product portfolio, ramping data centers, ramping sales, all of which enables us to address a very sizable total addressable market. It's interesting that we are talking about this on a day that Andy Jassy has been named the next CEO of Amazon, given that he started that AWS business, and Google and Microsoft have been chasing it ever since. What's your take on Jassy taking over at Amazon and how that changes the competitive landscape in cloud?
Yeah, so as you said, the forward look about growth and profitability, Google has the luxury. You saw their bottom line results. If the company wants to keep pouring gasoline on the fire of growth and investment, the company can do so. This move to bring Andy Jassy, to me, has so much positivity in it. If you look at the performance of Amazon over the past several quarters, AWS is kind of an unsung hero. Everyone thinks about the company for its e-commerce, trucks, drones, disruptive Whole Foods. But realistically, AWS has been delivering significantly to the bottom line of that company, propping up those earnings per share. As we saw, almost a 2x for this quarter. So while the growth for AWS has come down to, about 28% this quarter, we're still looking at over $12 billion on the quarter basis. And Andy Jassy has continuously been behind this philosophy, Emily, of saying we're going to meet the customers where they are. That's been growth of data centers, new products, expanding the portfolio, spanning into software and larger platform investments beyond its infrastructure. So there's a lot to be encouraged by. Of course, I think Bezos is going to have a significant influence on this company for a long time. I think Jassy has really earned this opportunity, and I'm really excited to see this transition, to see can Amazon be a CEO-led company beyond its founder, which is something a lot of companies have to face at some point, and some do really well and others do not.